Yes, Aditya, go. You can write in the chat. Okay, so till other joins, let's start like you know the recap or the revision of yesterday's class. So we have started with like what is Python is, right? The advantage of using Python, okay? How it is efficient, then how to download it, right? Then how to check if your software is working fine or not, right? And then we started with the basics of programming, right? So we learn what is token is, right? And then um, we have started with few of tokens like identifier is one of the token that we learned yesterday. Then variable is another token that we learned yesterday, right? So today we are going to start with the other tokens too, okay? These are like again important terms before learning any programming language. So guys, go ahead and read whatever we learned yesterday, because we are going to use that in every other lecture, okay? So just do the recap, right? And check. So can you just write down in the chart what is identifier is? Okay, right. That means, can you give me the example of identifier, guys? Object. Yeah, yeah, like yes, like the variable name, function name, class name, right? These are all the examples of identifier, okay? Like we declare variable, right? The variable name is what the identifier is. We write the function name, right? The function is an identifier, guys. Okay, so this is how we use that variable. And you all have seen yesterday like how Python is efficient while storing the data. If we have same data, then it will not allocate the different memory for the data, but it will point out uh, the same block for different variable if the value is same, right? So that we have seen. So how we are going to check the permanent address, guys? Do you remember the function to check the permanent address of the variable? Yes, perfect. ID is the function, okay, which gives us the permanent location, right? And variable is simple, the temporary name given by user in program, right? This is what the variable is. So the name variable is because throughout the program we can change the value of that particular identifier, right? That's why it is called variable, right? And we have seen. Can you write down the rules to declare the variables? Just write down the rules to declare the variables quickly. Variable is identifier. So what are the different rules for identifier? It starts with alphabets, right? No digit no on start. It must start with underscore, right? So do not start it with number. Perfect. Right. So these all are right. No space between two words. Right. So these are the rules. We can have while writing this, right? It's case sensitive, right? So let's go ahead now. I hope like you all are now familiar with what exactly the variable is and what exactly the identifier is. Okay, now let us start with uh, now guys, today, okay, I'll tell you how to use Jupyter notebook. Okay, so those who have Jupyter notebooks, then then you can open that Jupyter notebook. Otherwise, we will try to install that Jupyter notebook itself today. Okay, Aditya, leave that one. Okay, I'll address your question later in this particular session itself. Okay, so today we are going to use the Jupyter notebook. Okay, so let me just share my screen. Okay, so just a second, guys. Just let me know if you can see my screen. Can you see my screen? Perfect. Now everyone open command prompt. So how to open the command prompt? Go here in search, write down CMD or command prompt. Click on command prompt. Okay. Once you open that command prompt, you will find, or you have to write this particular command, right? Pip install. Pip install is the command. Okay, this is what the command we are going to use. What we need to install, guys? Jupyter notebook. Okay, so whenever onwards I will tell to install a package, so you have to write, like, suppose I want to install pandas package, right? So how I'll go and install that? Just open command prompt and write down pip install pandas. Okay, it will install the pandas in your machine. Now I want to install what? Jupyter notebook as a package. Then I'll go ahead and write down pip install Jupyter notebook. Okay, and this will be installed in your machine. So I'm just writing this command in the chat window. You can just go ahead and use that particular command. Then it will start installing your this particular Jupyter notebook. Let's go ahead and install this. So you have to open command prompt. Then write down pip install Jupyter notebook. I have pinged the command in the chat. So Manish, have you installed Python with me, or you have Anaconda already in your machine? So how to install it? Just write down CMD here and then write down here pip install Jupyter notebook and hit enter. Okay, this is how you're going to write. So guys, those who are having Anaconda, don't follow this step. Okay, I already asked you to open that Jupyter notebook. Okay, don't follow these steps. You're already using that Jupyter notebook. Okay, using Anaconda environment, but I am not preferring the Anaconda environment. I'll prefer the Python only, and in Python I will be installing the Jupyter notebook package. Okay, So those who are having Anaconda, guys, no worry. Yes, on Mac we are using terminal, but check how to install this on the Mac. Okay, guys, give the space between pip and install. Okay, pip install. Give the space between pip and install. Whatever the error you are getting, write down in the chat. Okay. Is it done? Have you installed this? Pip install. Yeah, no problem. I'll give it time to just. So how you are going to check whether it is installed or not? You just see, you will get this prompt again. C colon slash whatever it is at your end, you will get this one. Okay. Till this point, you have to wait. Vishal, you're getting how to check. Till this point, you have to wait. I'll tell you how we're going to use that. But till this point, you have to wait. So Ashish, have you installed Jupyter Notebook or Anaconda previously in your machine? Yesterday you followed the steps, right, to install Python? Have you followed the yesterday step to install Python? So have you checked that add python.ext in environmental variable? That's why your path is not set up. Okay. So yes, Mohammed. So guys, either followed me or you do it yourself. Okay, because there will be an conflict. Then I'll guide you. If you're doing yourself, I'll definitely guide you, but if you're getting this prompt again, can you see this? Then your installation has been done. I hope you have written this command, right? You can see here, this is the one, and after that you have written this command, right? So if you're getting this again, that means you have installed it properly. You have to write that in the chat, warning, whatever it is. Okay, I'll not come to know like what warning it is, so I can't guide you through. You have whatever the error it is, you have to put down in the chat. I think that is for pip installation something, I'm sure, but still if you want to write that warning in this, you can write. Okay, I hope it is done. Okay, now you have to write here. Okay, just close this window, guys. Just close this window. Guys, can you hear me properly? Clear and loud? Okay, Vishal, can you check your internet connection, please? Okay, right. So now let's go ahead. So where I have created the folder, guys, yesterday, where I have created the folder yesterday on D drive, right? On D drive. Suppose let us create a one new folder here. Okay, let's say machine learning. We are learning machine learning, right? So here I am creating one folder, machine learning. Okay, or you can create any okay folder name. Just go inside that folder, guys. I hope everyone is following me. I'm not going to repeat this. Okay, yes, close the CMD once your installation finished. Okay, before that, do not close the window. Once your installation finished, then you can close your window, then create the folder wherever you want and go inside that particular folder. Okay, okay, Mahesh, we'll check that. Okay, I hope everyone has created the folder. Now, can you see here the address bar? Okay, can you see here the address bar above? Select all these things and type here CMD. Type here CMD and hit enter. You can see you are in now D drive and machine learning folder. You are now in D drive and machine learning folder. Let me repeat this again. Okay, what I did is once you installed your Jupyter notebook, you have to create the folder anywhere where you want to save all the files. Okay, so for that I have created the folder inside the D drive. Let's say that folder name is machine learning. I am inside the machine learning folder. Now I am selecting this particular address bars data. Okay, I'm typing here CMD. Okay, and automatically you can see D colon slash I am inside this machine learning folder. I hope you are getting this right. Everyone is now in your folder where you want to save the files on command prompt. Yeah, create a folder, go inside that. Okay, let me do it again. Once you close that window, guys, that command prompt, once you install that, just create the folder anywhere you want. I have created that in the D drive. I am going inside the D drive. I am selecting that folder. I am inside that folder now where I want to save my files. Okay, now this folder is empty because I haven't created any file here. Okay, now I will click here. Okay, I will click here on the address bar. You can see I will write down here CMD. In the address bar, guys, you have to write down the CMD, command prompt path. Okay, and you can see now the command prompt is towards that particular folder. Understood now, everyone? This you have to do now every day. Okay, this you have to do every day. So understand it right now only. Okay, now I am inside that particular folder. Write down here Jupyter notebook. Write down here Jupyter notebook and it will load your Jupyter notebook. It will ask us which browser you want to open. the Jupyter notebook. So I have selected Chrome. You can select the particular browser, and now you can see this is my home page of Jupyter notebook. So Ricardo, like, let me check that. I'm not sure about the folder structure for that, but definitely I'll check it. Let me just check that. Okay. So this is the command I have written, guys. Jupyter notebook. Ricardo, like, you have to follow the same step. Okay, open terminal. Are you with me? Open terminal. Then, go to the particular folder. How we are going to navigate to that particular folder? So you can type terminal, like I have typed CMD. You can type terminal there, or maybe you can do the right click on that empty folder, and there may be a terminal option you will find, right? You have to navigate to that particular folder, inside that particular folder. Okay. J should be small, guys. Jupyter notebook. Make sure your J is small. Noor, have you set your path properly? Guys, this is because you haven't set your path properly, or maybe you haven't installed the Jupyter notebook properly. I should Anyone like to share your screen? So do not open in this. If you have installed this Anaconda, don't follow these steps, guys. I'm repeating again this. You can open the this particular Jupyter notebook in a traditional way, like how you used to open that. Okay. Because Anaconda is the different work, different, platform, we can say, and Python is the another, we can say image, right? So that's why, like, how, if you are aware like how to open that Jupyter notebook using Anaconda, go ahead and open that. Okay, no problem for me. But those who are, like, new to this, those who are using Python first time, I'm guiding them how to use that. Okay. So how you are going to open this Jupyter notebook, guys? You have seen, like, in D drive, I have created one machine learning folder. Go inside that, then click on here, like in the address bar, and select all these stuffs there and write down the CMD here. Okay, once you open the CMD, you will open the terminal here. Here you have to write Jupyter notebook. Here you are going to write Jupyter notebook and hit enter. The Jupyter notebook will be opened for you. Mahesh, have you installed the Anaconda previously? Yeah, that is okay. That is okay. Do not share this to anyone. Can you see this home page? Then that is a completely fine. Okay. So open that using Anaconda only. Okay. Manish, have you installed Anaconda previously in a machine? I hope yes. So that's why you don't have to use this command now. Okay. You have to open in a traditional way, like how you used to open that. Okay. That is okay. Mahesh, you have to open how you used to open it previously. Okay. You have to go to that Anaconda, click on launch. The Jupyter notebook will be launched. All right. If you have Anaconda, go to Anaconda, click on Jupyter notebook launch. It will be launched for you. Okay. Yeah, then that is fine. If you have Anaconda, go ahead and open the Jupyter notebook. Okay. I hope you are, most of you all having Anaconda, and that's why you are getting that Jupyter is not an internal external command line. So don't try to solve that. Okay, go ahead and open the Jupyter notebook, right? And those who haven't, like, I hope everyone is getting the same thing like me. Okay, now you can see these are the empty, right? Because if we see in our folder in machine learning, there is nothing. That's why it is showing empty, guys. This is what the thing is. Now let's create the new notebook, guys. Everyone just concentrate here how I'm going to create the notebook. Okay, so this is the home page, guys, of the Jupyter notebook. Here we can see all the files created by us, all the folders created by us. Okay, so go ahead, in the right side corner, up corner, you will see the new option. Okay, you will see the new option. In that you can select Python 3 and click on that. Okay, so here you can see new and then Python 3. And then you can find here the Jupyter notebook will be opened for you. What, P Kumar, like what is not in your screen? What is not shown on your screen? So have you followed me what you have what you have done till now? Like have you installed Jupyter notebook? I hope then how it is going to come? But I have already instructed you to install the Jupyter notebook. If you are following me, then you have installed the Jupyter notebook. What is the error? You're getting error, or what is happening? How I can come to know like what is happening at your end? No, I'm not sharing the screen. I'm just checking the doubts. Okay, let me just bring all of you on the same page so that we can follow. So Luis, you just type Anaconda Navigator. I don't have that Anaconda, that's why I can't show you that. But you have to search for Anaconda Navigator. Then the Anaconda will be open, and there you can see Jupyter Notebook. Okay, that's fine. No, Noor, you can. The aim is to open the Jupyter Notebook itself. How you're opening, that doesn't matter. Okay. There are multiple ways to open that. You can install it using this. You can install it using Anaconda. Okay. It's not a problem. Okay. So here, this is the home page, guys. Okay. So let me just remove all these things. Let me just remove this too. I'll tell you the process again. Okay, I'll tell you the process again. So let's go ahead and understand that how I have done. Once I have installed Jupyter Notebook, guys, okay, I have created the folder in D drive. Then my folder name is machine learning. I entered in that particular folder. Now this folder is empty. You can see on the screen. Okay, I have selected this and I have typed here CMD command prompt. I hit enter. Then I am inside this particular folder machine learning. Okay, now I am typing here Jupyter. Wherever you want to save your program, go in that particular folder, open the command prompt and type Jupyter Notebook. That's it. Okay, and now you can see, like, the Jupyter Notebook will be opened. You can see this Jupyter Notebook. There is nothing in my folder. You can see empty folder. That's why this page is also empty, because whatever we are going to create in the Jupyter Notebook, it will be automatically saved in the machine learning folder. Okay, I hope now it is clear. Yeah, Mahesh, that's fine. Because it's not possible for me to install that. Okay, so better I'm preferring this Anaconda, this Jupyter Notebook only. Because anyway, from Anaconda, we are going to use Jupyter Notebook only. So why to install that Spider, why to install that RStudio and many other tool. Okay, so just go ahead, open your Anaconda environment and click on launch Jupyter Notebook. That's it. That is what you have to do. And once you do that, this window will appear for you. Okay, this is what you have to see. So P Kumar, just go ahead and install the Jupyter Notebook by using pip install Jupyter Notebook. Okay, command, and then try to open it. Okay, I hope you can do that later. I think I have repeated that multiple times. So let's go ahead and click on new option here. If you see and click on Python 3, the new notebook will be, opened here. And make sure, guys, this black window should not be closed. Okay, this black window is like a server interface. We can say the backend, right? So do not open this. Okay, do not close this. Right now, you can see when I click on new and then Python 3, this new tab will be open, and in that you can see the multiple options here. Just beside this Jupyter notebook you are having untitled. You can give basics of Python. So this is basically the name to your Jupyter notebook. So I have given the name to your Jupyter notebook, right? And then I'm trying, and let's check whether this file has been created or not. So where you have, installed where you have created the folder, guys, go to that folder and check the file has been created now. Basics of Python. You can check this. This was not previously created, but once we rename that, this particular file will be there, right? If you are not going to rename that, then untitled.ipynb file will be created there. So better to rename this particular file. And now let me explore this particular Jupyter notebook for you. Okay, you can see the different options here: file, edit, view, insert, cell, kernel, widgets, and help. Okay, so basically, okay, most of the time we'll be using these particular tools, handy tools, right? The first one is for save. The plus button is for adding a new cell. So this is called cell, guys. Whatever you can see, the this particular green boundary is called cell, guys. Okay, we are going to write the code in the cell. Okay, so this is one shell. If I want to add more shell, I'll click on the plus button. Okay, you can see multiple shells are going to create. We can write the code in this particular shell. Okay, this is the use of plus button. If I want to delete that particular shell, then I'll click on this scissor option. Okay, you can see this particular option is deleting the particular shell. Now this is what the copy selected cell. That means if I want to copy the code from this particular cell, then I will just click on that, right? The next one is like paste the cell below. Okay, so we can just paste the content copied from the previous cell to here by clicking on this option. Okay, so let me create more cell, and if I want to just write down here print, I will write here hi. I have written one simple code, guys. I want to move this cell to the up, then I will click on this up button. You can see the shell is shifting up, right? If I want to move down, then you can see shell is shifting down in this way. Okay, so I just want to be in the first line, that's why I'm just clicking on this. Okay, now I want to run this. I have written the code, I want to run this. You can just click on run button and you can see the output here itself. Okay, so these are the few options, guys, you can select and you can use, right? So there is one more thing. Okay, you can see whenever I'm creating a shell, okay, whenever I'm creating a different shell, guys, you can see the mode is code only. Here is the mode, guys. Different types of modes for a particular shell. Okay, now my shell is activated in the code mode. If I want to make it as a notepad, then I'll select the markdown option, and now you can see we can write the notes here. This is not the code line, guys. Okay, this is just to write the notes. Okay, but you can see in the above cell, you can see the in and then square opening and closing. That means it is expecting the code here. Okay, whatever the code you want to write, you should write here. And if you want to describe this particular code, if you want to write down the documentation for that particular code, then go ahead and write down that. Okay, go ahead and write down that. Okay, and then do not execute that because it is a markdown. Okay, if you want to just insert more shells down, then you can see it is automatically activated with the code. If you want to make any particular shell as a notepad, then go ahead and select this markdown option. It will convert into the notes. This is how it looks like, guys. Very simple, right? Here you can have the different options. If you want to write the notes, here you can check the syntax or the shortcuts, right? These are the all shortcuts you can use to just handle this particular Jupyter notebook. You can just deal with this later. Okay, so this is how the Jupyter notebooks looks like, guys. Just go ahead and write down the notes here. Okay, if I want to cut this particular shell, I'll go ahead and click cut this out. I don't want this note shell with me. I'm just cutting it down. Okay, now go ahead and write down this print statement, print in bracket I, and click on run option, guys. You will see the output simply. Okay, I hope you all are doing. Cut and paste, like, you have to just, copy this and then paste it. Can you see this entire cell has been pasted here, just below that, right? You have to just select this, click on copy shell, and where you want to insert that, just below this, then go ahead and insert this particular cut paste. Understood? If you want to copy this, then select this, Control C, and paste it here. That is also okay, right? Okay. Now I hope you all can write the code here itself. Let's go ahead and we'll start with the identifiers today. The next identifier that we are going to learn is keywords, guys. Okay, so keyword is one of the important identifier. Okay, the name itself indicate the words which are very important, key words, right? Which is also called as reserve words, which is used by Python itself to operate. Okay, so these words are already been used by Python software. We cannot modify that. Okay, so let's understand how many such words are there. We cannot even change the case of that particular word. Okay, so let's go ahead and write that particular code. Okay, so let me just write down here. So hash is used for comment, guys. If I don't want to, let me just write down the notes here. So I'll tell you how to do that. Okay, I'm going to convert that code into markdown. Now I can write the code here. I'm going to teach you now keywords. I'm going to teach you now keywords, right? Keywords are what? What is keyword, guys? Keywords are the reserve words, guys. Okay. So let me just copy this and I'll just paste all these details here. Now you can see this will act as a notes. In the next line, I will demonstrate how keyword work, right? Import. I'm going to write down a simple code, guys, to just show what are the different keywords we are having. Import keyword, right? And then inside that, print keyword dot kw list. I'm going to execute this. You can all see the keywords here. All these are the keywords. We cannot modify it. We cannot change it. Can you tell me how many keywords are there by counting, guys? Just execute this 2 line of code at your end and tell me like how it is. Okay, so tell me how many keywords are there at your end. Is it 35? Check once. Is it 36? I hope it is 35. Is it correct? Let me check this. So using this we'll get the keywords. Let me check the print length of KW list. So it will give the how many keywords we'll have. It's a 35 keywords. So what it will do, it will count the number of elements from the list, keyword list. So you can see 35 keywords we are having. So here total 35 keywords available. Now let me just show you how it looks like. Suppose I'm writing false, you can see green color of this word. That means it is keyword, guys, in the Jupyter notebook. If I just make a F as a small, then you can see the green color disappears. That means it is not the keyword, guys. Okay. Even if you just check for true, then T should be capital, then only it will be your keyword. For Jupyter notebook, the color of keyword is green. Okay. You can see it's a green color. But when I change the case of this, then you can see it is not acting as a keyword, right? So we cannot change the case, we cannot modify this particular word, anything, we cannot do that. Okay, make sure we'll not use all these words in our program. This is not the identifier, guys, at all. These are not the words defined by us. These all are the words defined by the Python itself. Make sure. And these keywords are, you know, Aditya, can you write down your code in the chat quickly? Yes, Arti, that's why, like, if you are using the different version than me, then definitely there is a chances of one additional keyword is getting added. Okay. So initially there was, 32, now then 33. Okay. As you are changing the version, the number of keywords will be also changed. So make sure like you are using same kind of, this one. So Vishal, I haven't written keywords. It's a keyword. Okay. So correct it. That's fine. Okay. So what we have done here simply, keyword is nothing but what? Just a reserve words, guys, right? We are not going to, modify that. Okay. We'll be using that in the program, but this is like fix how we're going to use that. So for to display the keywords, guys, we need to import one package, or we can say module. Okay, this is the module, guys. In that we have defined different set of keywords. Not we, but Python has defined what? Different set of words. That's why we have imported this module. And from this module, you can see from this module, I am using this list name. This is the list name, guys. What is the name of the list? KW list. Okay, KW means what? Keyword list. So we are trying to print the keyword list which is present in the keyword module. Okay, so that's why it has printed the list of the words, and these all words are the keyword word. Are you getting it now? Praful, you're getting? Aditya, where is your code? Can you paste it in the chat again? Because we are going to continue with Jupyter Notebook onwards. Okay. So ideally you should know, that's why we have taken it in a first class. Okay. So what is the problem, Aditya, in your code? That's fine. Can you just write down the error? Don't write the code if you're facing error. Write down the error first. If I'm not getting that error, then I will ask you to put down the code. Output is not showing. You execute it again, okay, and then check. Can you use, Aditya? Can you use, ideally also you can just use ideally. Let me show you if it is not appearing in the Jupyter Notebook. Open ideally, okay, and then here you can write import keyword. Here you can write import, you can see here, okay, keyword, and then print what, guys? Keyword dot kw list, and here you can see the list of keywords. Here you can see the list of keywords, and definitely you will have the result there. It's not the numbering, guys. It's not the numbering. Okay. It's the execution turn. Let me execute this. You will see the number is getting changed. Can you see? This is the sixth time I have executed that. Okay. Now let me execute this. The next statement, you can see seventh time I'm executing that code. It's not the numbering. Yeah, I am sharing Jupyter notebook only. Okay, so you want to see that ideally also, Aditya. Have you just, I think, have you clicked on the run button, Aditya? You have to click on the run button. Do not hit enter only. You have to execute that. You have to write the code here and then click on run. Then you will get the output. Okay, let's go ahead then. I hope you all understood this. The next keyword is next identifier is constant. Okay, constant. There is no concept like constant in Python. Okay, so if you want to use a constant in Python, then it's up to you, like of what variable or which variable you should not or you don't want to change the value. That completely depend on you. There is no concept like constant in Python. Okay, so let me just tell you that. Okay, so for example, the pi is one variable that contains 3.14, right? So this is the fixed one, but you can change the value here, right? Pi, that is like that will act as a normal variable, guys. Okay, so here there is no such a way to declare the constant in Python. It's simple, variable. Okay, and you can yourself imagine that this pi is the constant. Don't go ahead and change the value of pi. You have to consider that there is no such a constant, there is no such a concept available in Python. Okay, that's why Python does not support the constant kind of keyword, this token, guys. Okay, so this is how it looks like. Python is not having constant, right? It is having variable. You can see name Amit. If I want to make this as a constant, then I will not change the value of name. If it is a variable, then throughout the program, as per your choice, you can change the value of name. Okay, this is completely your consideration and your understanding, but there is no such a concept like constant in Python. Okay, now let's understand very important data type, or we can say the token, that is data types. Okay, let me copy this for you, and let's come here, and let me, instead of code, I will write down here markdown. I'm just writing hash here so that it will be uh, in highlighted mode. In the markdown option, you have to, okay, you have to select the markdown and then type hash, then it will automatically highlight it. So we are going to learn now the data types, right? So you can write down the definition of data type, guys. It's a type of data. It's a type of data. I'm not I'm just checking the questions, guys, from the chat if you have. Okay, I hope you can hear me. Can you hear me? Okay, so let's understand the data type. Okay, it is defined as the type of data to be stored inside the memory. Okay, so we don't have to define the data type explicitly in Python. Python will understand itself, right? So you can see, you can write the notes here. Okay, so it defines the type of data to be stored inside the memory, whether it is, you know, integer, whether it is decimal, okay, whether it is characters, okay, or whether it is like boolean type or other types. Okay, I'll guide you. I'll tell you like how, what are the different data types we are having. Okay, so let's go ahead and understand that. So very first data type we are having is integer. Okay, integer is one of the data type that stores int data, integer data. Integer is one of the data type, guys. Okay, all right, so let me just do this. So first data type that we are going to learn is integer. Okay, first data type is integer. So let me explain you that. Okay, a is equal to 2. So can you tell me what is 2 is, guys, in mathematics? 2 is integer, yes or no? 2 is integer, right? So let's check whether it is integer or not. So I have stored this 2 inside a, so that's why a is of type integer, guys. The data type of a is integer. Let's check how we're going to examine that. So I'm going to print the type of a. Print the type of a. You can see int here. Okay, you can see int here. That's why the type of a is integer. Type of a is integer. Okay, now let's go ahead and understand other data type, that is, you know, float. Float means decimal. Okay, let's understand that. A is equal to 2.001 2. Okay, so let me write down the another name, that is b, for example. So let's try to find out the type of b. Print, you know, the type of b. So definitely it is float. Float means, you can see here the decimal values. Okay, the next data type is bool. Let me explain that to you. C is equal to, I'm writing true. D is equal to, I'm writing false. There are only two values available for boolean, that is true and false, because true is like 0, true is like 1, and false is like 0. Okay, so let me just print the type of C, print the type of D, and you can see both are boolean. Observe here, guys, there is no quote, nothing. Directly I have written T is capital, F is capital, and it is in green color, guys, here. So can you tell me what this true and false is? What this true and false is? It's a keyword, right? Yeah. So Mahesh, yes, you are correct. Like in other languages, we have to define the length, but here in Python, we don't have to define the length. It's flexible. So Vishal, what I said, it's a case sensitive, right? Vishal, it's a case sensitive. You have written f as a small, right? And t as a small. That's why it is not able to understand. Yesterday itself we have discussed that, right? T should be capital, F should be capital. We can't change the case as it is keyword. In the keyword also we have seen that, right? Yes, and here you can see in the Jupyter notebook the color of that word is also green. That's why it is keyword. So we can't change the case. If you check the list of the keywords, there you can find F and T is a capital. Yes or no? And that's okay. No need to like be like this. But I'm just telling you because this is case sensitive, right? That's not a problem. Yeah, it's a case sensitive, guys. Okay. I hope you are getting this. Boolean, right? These are the two values. Okay, we have for Boolean. The next one is fourth one is, let's say, complex. Complex. So do you know the complex number, guys, in mathematics? Do you know the complex number in mathematics? Yes or no? The number which is like combination of real and imaginary, right? Let's say f is equal to, for example, 2 plus 4i. This is how we used to define the complex number in the mathematics. It's not a numerator denominator, guys. It's just imaginary number. You remember that? Using I we used to represent that, but instead of I, guys, Python uses it like as a j. So this is what our complex number is. Let me just check whether it is complex or not. We'll check the type of f and you will find it as a complex number. Right? Complex number. This is the complex number. J is used to represent the imaginary number. So here 4 is imaginary number, 2 is real number. This entire number is the complex number. Okay. And only J we are going to use, no other letter. Right? Only J. If you try I, then it will raise an error, guys. Can you see? It is not able to identify I here. So we have to write J only. Go ahead and execute this. Okay, so let me tell you how it is. Okay, so in this, suppose I want to print the real part of this number, then what I'll do, print, okay, f of real, f of real, it's 2. Can you see this 2.0? That means it's 2. F of real, and then if I'll write here print f of imaginary, then it will give 4, right? This is how you are going to just check the real and imaginary. So we shall go ahead and use that. It will raise an error. Why you want triple J to represent the complex number, right? This is a syntax, right? In mathematics also, we never use triple I to represent the complex number. Here, just instead of I, will be using J. That's it. These are the types of numbers. Yeah, this is not like, the keywords. You can see the color is like normal. This is a variable, okay, which is present in the object of the complex number. Okay, these are the variables which are present in the object of complex number. There is no place, right? You can just see. If you want to check that, then go ahead and use dir, and in that you need to pass the complex numbers object. You will see all the, you can see here all the variables associated with that. Can you see that? Dir means directory of f. F is the object of complex number, right? F is the complex number. So if you want to see the directory of f, then you will see all these, variables. In the last, you can see real, imaginary, right? And then conjugate, right? These are the different variables we are having. This is quite deep. We are not going to use all. We'll be using only real and imaginary. I hope you're getting how to check this. Perfect. So uh, next is what? Next is what, guys? Let's say in like in string. Okay, we're going to understand the fifth. I think it's a string. String is collection of you know alphanumeric values. String is simple collection of alphanumeric values enclosed in double quote, single quote, triple quote, and triple single quote. Can you see this? String can be enclosed in double quote, single quote, triple double quote, and single double quote. Sorry, single triple quote. Okay. Let me give a simple example to you. A is equal to, suppose I'm writing my name. You can see I have enclosed this. Amit is the collection of alphanumeric values. That's why it is string. It is enclosed in double quote, right? I'm writing B is equal to, okay, you can see just single quote. For example, Python is the string. Or I'm writing here, Python training is the string. It's a single quote, right? Then I'm writing here triple quote. Hi, this is Amit, your Python trainer. Okay. Same. D is equal to, I'm writing here, this is basics of machine learning, right? So you can see like, how many strings we are having. Can you see how many strings we are having, guys? Let me check. Print type of A, then I'm just tracking B, then C, and then D. You can see, oh, I need to execute this. Now you can see all our string, guys. You can enclose the string either in double quote, in single quote, in triple quote, triple double quote, we can say, and triple single quote. Okay. Ratha, it's not compulsory to have alphanumeric. You can have alpha, you can have numeric both, or the combination. That's why it is alphanumeric. Okay. Yes, I'll tell you, Smriti, the difference between, but I hope you understood that, right? How we are going to enclose a string in these triple quote, single quote. Now let me tell you the significance of this. Okay. Now, guys, I just want, you can see like here, this is in the single line. Okay. Suppose in case I'm having a big sentence and my this particular string is coming in the next line. Can you see if I'm using single quote, or even if I'm using, uh, the double quote, I am not able to, write that string in the multiple line, like in the next line also. So it will raise an error. If I just execute that, you can see it will raise an error. Okay. So in single double quote or single double quote and single, single quote, we can say we are not able to continue our string data into next line. Okay, we need to finish that in the single line itself. But if we use a triple quote, guys, you can see, hi, this is Amit, is the first line. Then in the next line, I'm continuing the same string. Okay, Python, your Python trainer. Even in this triple single quote, you can see this is basics of this is first line, and the machine learning is the second line. That means we can continue writing the paragraph. Okay, if we enclose that in the triple quote. But if you want to write the paragraph, we cannot use, single quote, because we will not be able to finish that in the single line, right? But when we give a single quote, it is expecting that we should finish our string in a single line. This is the difference between both. It's not like anything, Mahesh. We can write anything in the code. There is no restriction. Smriti, have you understood the difference between the single quote and double quote? Or all other guys, can you just confirm? We can, continue our string in the next line also. This is what the main thing about this double quote, triple quote. Okay. So this is string, guys. Very simple data structure it is. We will be learning the string in detail, right? But for now, I hope you understood that how we are going to write this particular string, right? So let's go ahead and understand next. That is, so can you list out how many data types we have seen? No, Mohammed, there is no difference between single quote and double quote. Okay, you can use any. Okay, let me tell you the difference again. Like there is no difference, but why there are like single quote and double quote? Okay, let me show you that to you also. Suppose I am having, I am enclosing one string in this, and okay, I just want to write Amit, then this particular this quote, and then this quote, or let me just give this a simple example to you. I just want to write Amit's kind of string. Okay, Amit's pen, or Amit's laptop, like apostrophe, yes, I want to write. And if I enclose this in a single quote, then you can see how it is, right? It is not possible for us to enclose that in the, okay, you can see this is what apostrophe I am expecting. This is what the closing of the string. This is what the opening of the string. Are you getting it? But still we are not able to, write that. But if we enclose that in the double quote, then it will allow us to do this. You can see it will allow us to do so. Like if I'm trying to print that, then it will properly print Amit's letter. Are you getting the difference between single quote and double quote? Great. So can you list out the data types, guys, here instead of count, just to summarize? Yes. Perfect. All right, then let's go ahead and learn very important concept, that is, typecasting. Let's understand this concept, guys. Typecasting. Let me change this to markdown, and here we'll write changing one type to other is called typecasting. It's called typecasting. Okay, we will be using, there are functions for typecasting. Very first function that we're going to use is integer function, used to convert other to integer. And the second one is float. Third one is boolean function. Understand the difference. When I'm saying function, then opening and closing parenthesis. Okay. Fourth one is complex. Fifth one is str. And these are the functions, guys, we will be using. Okay, these are all primary data types, we can say. Okay, let's go ahead and understand each and every function in detail. Let's go ahead and check with int function first. Okay, now I'm having, for example, a is equal to 2.01 or 02, whatever it is. If I will try to convert that into integer, then I will be using integer function, and then I will be passing this. So here, guys, you can see this integer function I have used, and I have print that. That's it, nothing else. Integer is my function which is going to convert a into integer, and then we are going to print that. Let's do that and see the result. Can you see it has converted that into integer? Now, can yes, Mahesh, you are correct. We are forcefully, converting one type into another. It there is no formula. It will take only integer part from the decimal. No, okay. This is not a rounding function at all. It will only take the integer part. That's it. Okay, now guys, can you start converting other data types into integer? Okay, do it for Boolean. Can you do it? And tell me the result. Do it for Boolean. You have a Boolean data, convert it into integer. Now I hope you are getting how to convert that. Tell me the boolean to integer. We are learning integer now, right? Let's say I'll give an example to you. Okay, suppose I'm having a is equal to, for example, true. Can you just tell me the output of, int of a? Simple. Can you tell me the output? Is it 1? Yes, because what I said, guys, true means 1 and false means 0. If we just check that, you can see print integer of b. It's 0. Okay. Okay, can you tell me for now next data type is what, guys? Complex. A is equal to 4 plus 2j. So I am just checking that can we convert that into integer? Can you convert that into integer? Is it possible to convert that into integer? No. So just write down this at your side is not possible. Not possible to, it will get confused, right? Integer. I'm just writing complex. All right. The next type is a is equal to Amit. Can I convert this into integer, guys? Can I convert this into integer? No. But let's say we have alphanumeric like 100. Is it a string, guys? Is it a string? Tell me. A is equal to in quote 100. Is it string? Yes, it's a string, right? So let's go ahead and convert that into integer. Int of a. Yes, it is possible. Yes, it's possible. Right? It is string. So you can write a note here. You can write a note here. What note? If, okay, let me try one more type. Okay. A is equal to, tell me, can we convert this into integer? Can we convert this 100.01 into integer? Go ahead and check that. No, because tell me, like, for this dot, guys, what will be the value? It is not able to understand that, right? So here it will take each and every character, guys. Yes, 1 is numeric, 0 is numeric, again 0 is numeric, definitely we will convert that. But in this case, 1 is numeric, 0 is numeric, 0 is numeric, but what is this dot is? The Python will not be able to figure out this dot. That's why this floating string is not possible, right? So it will raise an error. Okay, it will raise an error. So let me just show it to you. Okay, so I am going to convert that into integer. You can see it will raise an error. So you can write a note here. Only integral string is possible to convert it into integer. Okay, not others. Whatever it is, you can write, guys. I have already mentioned that in my notes, but yeah, if you want to write that, go ahead and write it. Okay, I hope you are clear with this. I hope you are clear with this integer function. Right, let's go ahead and explore now the float function. Any question in this? So Sena Biswas, what is the problem? So definitely 2.02 you'll get 2. So what is the question? It's not an integer, right? It's not an integer, it's a decimal. That's why it is giving you answer. We are talking about what? Integral part. Can you see it is enclosed in the double quote? So you see previously, like, a is equal to 2.02. It is an float, right? So we can convert that float into the number, integer number. That's possible. But same, if we enclose that in the quote, then it is not possible. Okay. So floating string is not possible to convert it into integer. Yes, Vishal, do you have any question? What is the objective or what is the intention behind it? So Arti, it's a string, okay? It's enclosed in double quote, right? So it's a string. You can check by using type function. Vishal, what is the question? Why you want to do this? Print int of a and b. What is the reason? Where you want to write that? If we have two inputs a and b, then why you are making so complicated, I'm not sure, but let's try for you. Okay. So let me write this: a is equal to true and b is equal to false. Okay. And you want to say, like, you want to write like this: integer of a and same time integer of b. Okay. And you will see there is an error. Okay. You have to give the comma in between, then you will get the result side by side. But this is little bit confusing, will not be able to understand of what it is, right? Suppose this is of 1, this is of 2. If we have multiple values, then it will be a little bit confusing. But when we write step by step, as a beginner, definitely you'll understand that. So do not make things complicated. Okay. And learn basic first, and then you can optimize the code. And by writing this, definitely it is not going to change the performance or any kind of thing, right? So make it simple, do not make it complicated. All right, so let's go ahead and learn for next, that is float function. Guys, go ahead. Now let me tell you, a is equal to, 2 I am having, and I want to convert that into float. So Will it be possible for you to do that? Yes, it's a 2.0. Can you just go ahead and check for, sorry, yeah, check for which data type next? It's Boolean. Okay, now suppose I am having a is equal to, it's true. Okay, so let's go ahead and print what? Float of a. You can say it's 1.0, right? It will just add 0.0. For false, what it will be, guys? For false, what it will be? It's not 0, it's 0.0. Okay, let's check. Let's check. It may be 0 because 0 don't have value, but you can check still. Can you see this? So 0.0. Okay. All right. The next is complex. A is equal to 2 plus 4j. Is it possible for us to convert that into float? Definitely not. You can just write down this. It is not possible for us to convert the complex into float, right? The next type is Boolean, sorry, string, right? Let's say, and I convert this into float, guys. No, it's not. It's not, right? Then let's go ahead. Can I convert this into float, guys? Just check. Float of a. Is it? Now let's go ahead and write down here 100.00. What this string is of, like what is the type of the string? What is the type of variable? String. Okay, so can we convert this into integer, guys? The float. And you can see now it is possible for this particular function. Try this. Because we know float, right? Dot something. There is some structure, right? Decimal structure. So Python is smart enough to identify this is, float value. If you have combined thing, for example, b or a is equal to something like this, 100.0b. Will it be possible for Python to convert that? Float of b is possible, guys. So it is, directly converting that into 00. Just see how it is. It is not able to identify this b. It says binary. Let's change this. Instead of b0, let's do it b0. Okay, and now convert it. So it's treating this as a binary number. Okay, if I am saying like here b, now you can see still it is, giving us the zero result. If I'm writing this, then it's still giving zero result. Oh, sorry, I'm writing here. Hey, it should give error. I'm sorry, guys. It should give error. Um, Let me just write here. For example, 100. Okay, it should give error. Yeah, it is not able to identify this. Okay. Yeah, it is not possible for because B is a character here. Okay. So you can write a note here. Only integral and floating string can be converted into string, sorry, float, not others. You can just write the note there. Okay, now let's understand Boolean. I'm just telling you here. Let's check. Print Boolean of A. What is the result, guys? True. 0. Then what is the result, guys, here? It's false. Only two values will be there for Boolean. Okay, let me just tell you one more thing. Okay, 100.0. Okay, let me convert that into, the Boolean. It's true. Okay, anything rather than 0 will be your this one. What? False. It's true. Let me just give quickly empty string here. Okay, now you can see print Boolean of A and it is false. Boolean of A and it is false. Print let's say A is equal to, for example, none. None is nothing, guys. Print Boolean of A, it will be false. Okay, so here your empty string, your none and 0 for all these three values will get false except these values, otherwise we'll get what? Only true. So you can just write down the note, except what, guys? 0 empty string and none, we will get true result. Okay, this is the note, except 0 empty string and none will get the true result. Understood? Mohammed, can you write down your code into chat? Mohammed, you have finished. Okay, no problem. I hope you resolve that, right? So you're getting how this boolean is there, guys. How we are going to convert other data type into boolean, except none, empty string, and zero will get the true result. Any question till now? Do you have any question? Okay. I hope everyone is here. I'm not seeing any response from your side. I'm not sure why. All right. All right. Let's go. Let's go ahead and understand the next thing. Okay. Now there is no point in converting, the the other value into complex, but let's understand that. Okay. I hope we have finished with, no, we haven't finished the string yet. Okay, let's finish the string. The next one is string. So here you can write anything will be converted into, anything we can convert it into string. Okay, let me give a simple example. A is equal to 100, or instead of 100 we'll write integer, and then I will be writing print, you know str. In that will be typing A. You can see it is string. So there is no quote, but it is string, guys. Okay. If you just remove this print statement from this, then you will get an clear picture. Maybe if you try, yeah, it is in string now. You can see the code, but when you write a print, then it will not show code, but there is a code that is of type string only. Okay. You can convert any data type into string, guys. So you can write a note there. Yeah, sure. My sure, no problem. Empty string is false. So I'll give 2-3 minutes, guys. Just revise the things. Okay, what is happening? If you have any doubt, just write down in the chat window. Okay, it is very small thing, but you need to understand that. And please write down the summary also. What can be converted into what cannot. Okay, write down the summary in the chat as per your understanding. Okay, let's take a break of 1-2 minute. Only 1-2 minute. Any question? Any doubt till now? Yes, if it is enclosed in double quote, it is string, Aditya. Any number or alpha in double quote. Yes, Aditya, correct. A is equal to in string print A, the output is true. Okay, so Sena Biswas, if you see, like, this will be treated as like, zero is what? A string, right? It's not an empty string. Are you getting it? There is something, right? Okay, let me explain you all, guys, what is happening there. Very good question, but okay. So let me write here A is equal to 0. So tell me, guys, is it a empty string? Is it a empty string? No, right? It's not an empty string because it contains 0, right? And that's why when I try to convert that into, boolean, then it will give true because it is not an empty string, right? That's why it is returning true. Are you getting it? But if instead of enclosing this in a right, and then if we try to go and check boolean of A, then it will give us false because it is not a string now. We learn the rule of string, right? When it will be false, guys, in case of string, when it will be false in case of string, write down when it will be false in case of string. When it is empty, right? Then empty, none, and zero. Perfect. Okay, so let me summarize this today's session, guys, and then maybe you'll understand that better. So we started with keywords. So here these are the reserve words present in the Python. Okay, keywords are nothing but the reserve words present in the Python. Okay, we cannot use it for our own purposes, right? We cannot modify that. If we want to check how many keywords are there in the Python, where it exists, then go ahead and write this 2 line of code. Okay, the keyword is the module present in the Python. We need to import that module to use in our code. So we have imported that, right? And then we can use the module, and from that module we will use the list which contains the list of keywords. So here we displayed that list of keywords. These are the words we cannot change. We need to write it as it is. Okay, we cannot change the case. We cannot um, modify that, right? This is what the keyword is. So how many keywords are there in the Python, guys? 35 keywords are there in the Python. Okay, so data types, right? So next concept we started with is the data types. So guys, we learn, right, like data type is one of the token present in the Python. That is again important. So data type defines what kind of data we are going to deal with in the program. Okay, whether it is of characters, whether it is of integer, whether it is of real, right, and other many other data types we are having, right? So we learn that, and what it is like, how many data types we are having. We are having int data type that stores the integer value, right? So you can see here when I write a is equal to 2, that means this 2 will be stored inside the A. And what is the type of this 2, guys? It's an integer, and that's why A is of type what? Integer. You can see A is a type of integer. You can see your int option, right? So we have printed the type of A here, and it is what? Integer, simple. Okay, then 2.022, this is decimal, right? So in programming, decimal is nothing but float. Okay, and you can see here the type of such type of value is float, simply, right? Then you can see like the next data type, that is boolean. Boolean represents only true and false. Okay, only two value we are having, that is true and false. So this is what the boolean data type is, only two, true and false. So you can check here, type of C, it's a boolean. Type of D, it's a boolean, right? C and D, these are the two variables we are having, right? These are of type boolean. We can't store other values in that, only true and false will be there. Now the next data type we learn is complex number. Okay, to represent the complex number we use J instead of I, right? And then this entire the number will be our complex number. So F will be our now complex number. If you check, if you print the type of F, it will be the complex number. Okay, then as we know, complex number is the combination of real and imaginary part. So if I want to extract the real part from the complex number, then F dot real will give us the real number, and F dot imag will give us the imaginary number, as F is our complex number, right? And complex number is the combination of real and imaginary number. Okay, so this is how it works. Then let's go ahead and see what is the string type, right? So string is like the collection of alphanumeric values. It can be enclosed in single quote, double quote, or triple quote. We can use single quote and double triple quote, right, to enclose the string. There, like you can see, A is equal to Amit Python. This is what the string is, because Amit and Python is enclosed in the double quote. That's why it is a single string, guys. Okay, Python training is one string because it is enclosed in the single quote, guys, right? So this is how we are going to use this single quote and double quote. But we can also use triple quote to enclose the string, to represent the string. When we use a triple quote, guys, then we can expand the string in the multiple lines. Okay, this is the benefit of the multiple three double quote or this the single quote. Okay, simple. Then we started learning what the typecasting. Typecasting is nothing but converting one data type into another data type. For example, I am having integer, then I will be converting that into float also. I can convert that into integer also, right? I can convert that into complex number also, and any other data types also. So for that, we are having this kind of functions. First function that we learn, that is integer. Okay, so I am having 2.02. What is the type of this, guys? It's a float. So I have converted this A as a float into integer. You can see here, I have converted A is a float number, into integer, and we will get this 2, guys, simply, right? Then A is equal to true. This is what my the boolean type. I have converted that boolean into integer. You can see here, even false is the boolean type. I have converted that into integer. When we try to convert this boolean into integer, it always gives us 0 and 1. True means 0, true means 1, and false means 0. That's it. Okay, apart from that, we'll not get any other integer number. Okay, so this is the complex number, guys. We cannot convert the complex number into integer. That's why it has raised type error. Okay, it has raised what? Type error. So then you can see here, this is the string, guys. If I am going to convert the string Amit into integer, it's not possible at all. What is the number associated with Amit? We cannot say like Amit is like 10, Amit is 20. We cannot say like this, right? That's why it is invalid. But if we enclose this number into string, number into code, then that will become your string. But definitely we can convert this string into number, because this is integral string. Why it is integral string, guys? Because this 100 is the integer number. That's why it is called integral string. Okay, so integral string is able to convert into the normal integer, guys. Okay, you can see here 100.01, it is a floating string, but we cannot convert this floating string into integer because it is not an integral string. Okay, same we have learned for float, right? Float can be converted into or integer can be converted into float, right? True boolean, and boolean is also can be converted into float, right? Then complex number cannot be converted into float. Then we learn the normal string cannot be converted into float, but integral string and the floating string can be converted into float. This is simple thing. Okay, then we learn boolean, right? Boolean means from other to boolean. Okay, that means from integer to boolean. If we convert integer to boolean, it will give 1. If we convert float to boolean, it will give 1. Okay, for all it will give 1 except empty string, then 0, and then none. If we have 0, then the result will be 0. Okay, if we have none, then the result will be not a 0 but false. If we have a none, then the result will be false. If we have a the empty string, you can see here, it will give us the false result. This is how it works, guys. Very simple, right? And then we learn like all types can be converted into string. That's it. Any type you can convert into string. Even like complex number also can be converted into string. This is how it is. If you have any question, you can throw. Otherwise, you can stop here, guys. Okay, we can stop here. I am going to share this notepad file, guys, with you. IPython, notebook file. You have to just import that in your environment, and you can use that simply. So how to do that? I will share this particular file. You have to come to this home page of Jupyter Notebook and then click on upload. That's it. You can upload that file, and then maybe let me share that to you so that you can get an idea how to use that. Okay, now let's say for example, I will be downloading this as a IPython notebook. Yeah, it has been downloaded in my download section. Now you have to come here, guys. Okay, once you open the Jupyter notebook, you will see this, and then you remember, like we clicked on new, right? Instead of clicking new, you have to click on upload. Okay, click on upload, then you can select the downloaded file here. Okay, and then you can here again click on upload. Okay, once you upload that, your file will be here. Go ahead and click on that. You will see your file again. So this is how we are going to use upload this particular file. Okay, I hope you understood this. Any question? So this file is already saved, guys. Okay, go ahead and practice it, guys. Okay, it's very important. uh, yeah, it has a notebook Arti, IPynb file format. I will be uploading the assignment, okay, on the portal.